Hi, I'm BJ Gray, a certified leadership coach from Gray Matter Coaching. We work with corporations and individuals to develop their leaders and high-performing employees. We provide the inner game that's needed to be mentally fit on the job and lead teams more effectively. I'm really glad to be here today to offer you some support in these overwhelming and emotional times. Have you felt like you've had whiplash at least 3 or 4 times the past few weeks? I do too. We need strategies right now to cope with these high-stress situations. We've entered this collective weariness as we live in the COVID-19 war room. I know I've been full of fear and anxiety lately and coaching myself so often. It feels like I'm on a roller coaster. Days or moments I appear to have more energy, more focus, and I believe I'm going to get through this. And then there's moments and days when I'm just face planting and I'm just off my game. I think it's important that we acknowledge the moment we are in right now and try not to resist the feelings. These are really tough times. Resisting those emotions you're feeling, fighting with reality that is full of uncertainty, is a recipe for stressful thinking. And that stressful thinking is the number one cause for burnout. What I want to share with you today is a quick mindset strategy and tool that I'm using with my clients so they can take control when they feel emotionally overwhelmed. I am a firm believer of thought management. If you don't choose new thoughts about the crisis we're in, then more often the results you're experiencing will continue to be paralyzing. One of my clients right now is spinning with fear of collapsing. He's paralyzed and not productive, and that's exactly what will cause him to collapse. He's spinning on the unknown. All of his thoughts and stories are just predictions or what ifs. The way you shift your mindset is becoming more self-aware of the thoughts you're having right now. And let me prove that to you by showing you your thoughts create the results you're experiencing. I like to use this tool here on the screen called the thought model for training on how to become more self-aware. Let's first run through the definition and methodology, and then I'll demonstrate how the tool works. So the C is the circumstance. It is a fact. It has to be something that we all agree upon. It's neutral and it can't be debated. And the T is for the thoughts that you have when you think of that circumstance. And the F is for feelings that you generate from the thoughts that you're having. And we all feel a certain way. When we all feel a certain way, we will react or act out that emotion. And the action or behavior is exactly what creates our results. But where we get stuck, if we're not highly self-aware, is we end up believing that just life is happening to us. We have no control over it. Now, let's plug into the thought model the current circumstance we're in, the COVID crisis. So C is the COVID crisis. And let's track the thoughts that we're having all about this crisis. There's probably a number of them. Probably hour by hour, you're thinking, if the economy's going to crash, am I going to lose my job? Are my mother and father going to get the coronavirus? I'm going to use the thought, I'm going to lose my job for this exercise. So what is the feeling you have when you think about that thought? Most of us are generating a feeling of anxiousness. And when you feel anxious, how do you react? Paralyzed, unfocused. And when you're paralyzed, what is the result from your behavior? Not productive, not working, not learning. The result reinforces the thought. Not being productive reinforces that you could lose your job. Or as I like to say, our thoughts create our results. Most of the time, our thoughts or stories aren't based on real evidence, like my client I was just speaking about. So we need to pay attention to them, understand them better. The key is to be able to separate thoughts from the circumstance, and that is what raising your self-awareness is all about, the ability to examine at this level. So get curious about the thoughts you're having. Ask questions. My favorite questions are, what would it be without this thought? Or who would I be without this thought? Another one is it even necessary to have this thought right now? Remember, fear eats the soul. So now is the time to develop a proactive thought management strategy where you can operate on solid information. Can you ignore what if thoughts? If your head isn't right, this is going to be too hard. But when your mind is managed, everything is easier. Move from stories based on unknown realities to stories based on what is true about you, true today. You can't always change the world to make yourself feel better. But what you can control in uncertain times is how you think about the situation you're in. What I taught you in 5 minutes takes 4, 5, 6 sessions for my clients to master. So please understand, managing your thoughts takes practice, just like eating healthy. Some days you stay on track and others are full of junk food. Practice using this tool. And if you're stuck, then shoot me an email. Tell me your personal circumstance, and I'll be happy to offer you some support using thought management to transform your current results and help you feel better. Okay, stay safe and healthy out there. Thanks for your time.